Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Rhiannon. I'm with Simply Blessed with Rhi. I'm a chalk couture independent designer. If you see the red live button right there in the corner, that means I'm currently live. If you don't see that, then you're watching a replay. And if you could please comment #replay so I know that you are here. I'd love to say hello to you. We are going to start an Americana type project tonight. I saw another designer do this and it was amazing. It's not going to be your typical Americana. It's going to be a little bit different. So when you come on, say hi, let me know how you're doing. Hit that heart button and sprinkle the love for me. I would greatly appreciate it. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of admin stuff really quick, and then we'll get started. So this is going to be in 2 parts. I just don't see any way that I could get it all done in one. Let's see. When you come on, say hi. All right. So this is going to be part 1 of, like I said, it's an Americana type project, but it's not going to be your typical. So I have the Chalkable Chip Eagle. This comes in the Land of the Free Chalkable Chips. There's the word America, there's stars, there's the home of the brave, all from this transfer. They're cutouts for them. So we've got stars, America, the eagle, and this banner. All right. So we are just going to use the eagle on this one, and then we're going to use another transfer for the other part of the project. So I just need to make sure that I have it facing the right way, because if I paint it the wrong way, then it's not going to work. So I'm going to paint this black, you guys, because I want to be able to see the, I just think it will look better to see the different aspects of the transfer. The person that did the project that I'm kind of mirroring, hey Maggie, also painted hers black. So I'm going to paint it black, and I'm actually going to paint the edges too. How are you doing, Maggie? So this is going to take a little bit to actually paint this. Hey Tony, thank you Maggie. Get it all. I'm probably going to have to do 2 coats on this. So we're going to do the eagle tonight, and then we're going to do the background on Sunday night. Here you go, Tony. So I'm going to go ahead and dry it so that I can pick it up and do the edges. Hey, Kevin. Pick it up and do the edges. I'm probably going to get black all over me, but whatever. That's the way it goes. And then I'm going to do another coat on it because it didn't coat very well. Thank you, Kevin. Here you go. So there's a lot of little spots in this thing. So that's why I'm not going to be able to do both halves tonight. Plus the background's going to take a bit. But it's going to turn out awesome. So I said at the beginning that it's kind of an Americana, but it's an American Indian Americana. So instead of our typical red, white, and blue, we are going to use Indian colors. So the designer that did this, she used Navajo colors, which I think is pretty awesome. So if you didn't know, I'm actually part Indian. So how are you guys doing tonight? So we haven't had steak in a long time, and Oriana and Hannah were at work, and I feel bad for like leaving them out of it because they were at work, but I did steak for David, myself, and Alyssa just because I didn't have to buy as much because that stuff is expensive. My dad is Cherokee actually, but I'm pretty sure he speaks Navajo. He was in love with New Mexico and just that culture down there. So Dad is primarily Cherokee. My mom is Blackfoot. You can't tell with my mom because she's a redhead, but she's Blackfoot. But my dad, if you know him, you know that his name is actually Norman, but his Facebook is Lee Spirit Hawk. And that's because he, at one point he was hunting and not seeing anything, not having any luck. And then I think he said that he like took a nap. And when he woke up, there was a hawk there. And not but a few minutes later, there was a deer. And so for the next several times that he went hunting, there was a hawk with him while he was hunting. So that's why he goes by Spirit Hawk. He had actually talked to, I don't know who it was, but it was somebody, an Indian, and he said that it's like great luck to have a hawk there with you and kind of guiding you. So, and my dad used to tell stories on Facebook in either Cherokee or Navajo. Hey, Jenna. You know, if my mom was on here, she'd be able to answer a lot of questions. But yeah. Pretty cool. So when I saw that this other designer did this, I knew I had to do it. I had the transfers available. and I just thought it'd be really cool. So Maggie, if you go on into Designer Studio, you'll see the project in there. It's Robin Schmidt that did it. Let me just make sure that it's painted all the way around and that I didn't miss any little pieces, and I got black on me. Oh wow. You know where I'm saying to go, right? For the Designer Studio? If not, I can tag you or send you the link in that post where she made that. I'm almost done painting this, guys. I know it's so exciting watching me paint. Yep, I will. She posted it a couple of days ago. I screenshot it and then I was like, well, I need to know how she did it. So I went back and I actually watched part of her live on how she did it. Ooh, I did miss some on the edges. That's okay. We'll take care of that. I'm gonna have to do one more light coat because there's like brush strokes and stuff. We'll get it, you guys, I promise. Some of it's gonna be covered up by the transfer anyways, but I want this to be pretty. So the eagle we're gonna paint just like a normal eagle. So it's not gonna be any different. It's gonna be, we're gonna use bark, white, and probably golden hour. I think golden hour would be just about the right color of yellow. Because, you know, we got to do the beak and the talons. I'm going to set this aside to dry, and I might actually hit it a little bit more with the heat dry tool, the quick dry tool, because it's not completely dry. But we're only going to use the eagle of this transfer. So just the eagle. Oh, cool. So, Maggie, in my pictures, if you look, it's not an eagle, it's a hawk. I was coming home one day, and there was a hawk that was caught up in the barbed wire fence up the road from us. And I called my dad because I knew better than to try to get it out on my own. But Dad came up, and he had one of those really thick gloves and a couple of blankets, and we actually got it untangled from the fence, and we took it to a conservation officer, and we got pictures of us with this hawk. It was massive. It wasn't a small hawk. So I am going to fuzz and fuzz and fuzz again on this transfer since I painted that surface. Because I don't want it to pull up the paint. I'm actually going to wax it too. I really don't like waxing, but I think I need to, just to make sure that I don't pull up any of that paint. Yeah, waxing will help. I'm not big on waxing just because I can't seem to get a good coat on there. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I typically don't wax. Waxing really is up to the designer or up to the person doing it, because some people like wax, some people don't. I don't like it. Alright, let me pull this back over. It needs just a little bit more. And my wax, if I can, there it is. So I'm going to put just a little bit of wax. I'm actually going to heat it up while it's on here. See if that helps. So when you heat it up, it actually melts it a little bit. Ooh, it's pulling off that paint. Pulling off some of the paint. So let me hit that spot back up. There we go. I'll just really, really fuzz. All right. So we are going to use bark. I can find my bark. There it is. Yeah, I got a new bark. Cool. And I'm going to use white and I don't know. I'm gonna use, yeah, golden hour. Fuzz on my pants just because it's extra fuzz. So you can fuzz on anything really, but you just want to make sure that it's not big fuzz, because that will keep your transfer from adhering properly, so it'll have bubbles and stuff like that, and we don't want that. I think I do have too big of a piece of lint on there. Okay, I think that's good enough anyway. All right, so I'm gonna do the white first. Let's see, where there it is. So I'm gonna use our detail tool because some of it is like really up in there, and I don't wanna mess it up. So it's just like painting, trying to get up in those spots. So we are going to kind of go around its beak. So it's not defined where the beak is, so we'll just have to play with it. And I'm gonna have to wash off my detail tool because I'm gonna use it for my yellow as well. But anytime you have white, it's really good to do your white first before any other color, because it's so easy to get the other color into a spot that you don't want it. So I only have one of these available right now. I have two of them, but the other one's dirty. And once I'm done with this yellow, I'm actually going to pull my transfer up and dry that portion before I move on. All right. So it's gonna look a little bit distressed. It's not like really popping, but that's okay. We will work with it. And I might go over it a couple of times. So you can always, if you're not happy with how it covers, you can always clean your transfer and then go back in, put it back down, line it back up and put it back down, and go over it again. It's absolutely fine to go ahead and do that. Oh, that brown is pretty. Brown worked. So I'm gonna do the, thank you, Lori, I'll get you in a second. I'm gonna do everything, and then while I'm offline, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my transfer and get the beak and the head gone over again. So I just gotta make sure that I don't get certain spots, which for me is really hard because I end up 9 times out of 10, I end up going over a spot that I wasn't supposed to. It's just the way it goes for me. Okay, there we go. Pulled up a little bit of the black. That's okay. Let me get you, Lori. There you go. All right, so this bottom's gonna be the yellow again. And then his tail feathers are gonna be white. There we go. I think I can use a small squeegee for this. we go. That turned out better. So I'll go back over his face and I'll do a little bit of touch-ups before I do the other portion of the craft. That's a great thing about this, you guys, is that if you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it. So I have a little spot of white right there where it peeled up. I can just touch that up really easily. And he is done. Alright, so that's all that I have for tonight. I will do the other half of it on Sunday. I hope you guys can join me, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Good night, you guys.